one of the stories of the game is obviously, giving up 19 rebounds. Offensive rebounds is never a good situation for you. It's weird when I look at this stat sheet because they got 12 more shots than us, and typically that's who we are. We turn people over so we get more possessions. Really good game that, I think we took the lead, and you guys can help me if I'm wrong, 46-45, and then it kind of went on the run. And honestly, to be honest with you, it was, we had some defensive breakdowns that we had not allowed the entire game. We gave up an offensive rebound where I thought we stood and watched. We didn't switch a screen, and Flip ended up making a three. I don't know if they called it a two. And then obviously when we stopped scoring a couple times, they got out in transition and made some baskets a little bit. It's a good basketball team, but when you're playing against a good basketball team, you can't have those breakdowns. And obviously that's what happened to us in the second half. I thought, offensively, yeah, we went through our stretches where we didn't make shots. DJ Burns was really good tonight. I really wanted to win the game because of the way he played. But I thought we had moments where, the one-day prep kind of showed because in the second half we didn't do a good job of following our scout reports. And, give Duke credit. I thought they responded. I thought they made shots. You can have mistakes against certain teams, but not the really good ones. And the really good ones really make you pay. And I thought they made us pay for the mistakes that we made down the stretch. So, questions?
Sean said after the game that they really didn't want to try to double DJ Burns in this game because they didn't want to give up three-pointers. You guys only attempted 8 before the final one there by not only. Do you feel like that was kind of a hindrance at times, the ball getting stuck there too?
No, Corey, it's weird because everybody comes in with a game plan to figure it out, and we've had both. We've had, I'm going to double him. Then some people say I'm going to give him 30 and see if the team can beat you. And some people will give a mixed bag of it, and we're going to double him after 1 or 2 dribbles. And this situation, they decided not to. I just thought they did a good job of on every ball screen getting over those ball screens and not going under anything and making it tough. Horn has played so well, and so he's going to garner so much attention. And I think sometimes people will stand with him on traps and all that other stuff. But I don't necessarily think that it because it went through DJ. I just thought they did a good job of defending the three-point line.
Defense on Horn, you mentioned that.
Yeah.
He's been so steady for you all year, but they did a good job.
Yeah,
taking away three and taking away almost everything he had.
Yeah, Chip, everybody takes away the best player. We did a great job on Flip. He had 9. He's a beast. And so, if you can take away the best player from the other team, then I think that usually goes well for you. I just thought the other guy, it was a great back and forth game. And I told the guys in the locker room, here's the 4 or 5 mistakes that I thought we made, and the game kind of got away from you at that point. If you don't make those mistakes, the game may not get away from you. And they made shots, and they did some good things. They got on transition, but we had breakdowns that I just didn't like. And, with some of our main guys, and I said, you got to stay focused and you got to lock in and do what you're supposed to do. The great thing about this team right here is, we got one more game, which I can say this now. We played everybody in the league, and there's so much parity in this league. Obviously, I'm sure I'm going to get questions about, hey, you missed another opportunity to get a quad 1. Well, now we get all quad 1s because we got to work and go on the road to Pitt and finish the regular season. But I think the tournament is completely wide open, and we have to prepare ourselves for the tournament. It's unfortunate that it's that way, but it's also our league is that way. So right now, we're no different than anybody else because right now it's really 4 guys who's locked in, and the other 11 folks have to really go into the tournament and win the tournament in order to go to the NCAA. And that's a shame because, some of our teams we should be having 7 or 8 teams that are comfortable going into the tournament. So as much pressure as it may feel like it's going to be for NC State, it's going to be pressure for at least 10 teams going into that tournament, because if you don't win, you ain't playing in the NCAA tournament. So, and we're one of those teams right now.
Coach Keatts, with that being said, final game this Saturday against Pitt, and then you move into the ACC tournament. Who are some role players that you expect to kind of take, not things personally, but just rally this team together as leaders as you head into
Yeah, yeah, we need everybody to be on their game. Like Mo has to rebound the basketball. That's his game. You know, JT's got to be really locked in defensively and drive the ball and get to the free throw line. DJ Horn's got to make shots for us. DJ Burns got to be able to score the ball and also be efficient passing the basketball. Michael has to be solid. We don't need anybody to be anyone else. We just need the best version of them. And it's one of those things, man. You gotta, you know, when you get into that ACC tournament, I did it for 3 years at the mid-major level, where you knew that you had to win the tournament in order to go. You know, my last year at UNCW, we'd won 28 games. And all I'm thinking about all day going into that, if I don't win my 29 game, I'm not going to the NCAA. So I think in our situation, not just only us, it's 10 teams that's going to have this conversation. Like, we got to get hot and get hot at the right time, and we got to try going there and win the tournament. That's the way it's going to happen, you know.
Is it deflating as a coach to kind of be in the mix of these good teams for 30, 35 minutes and then just have it, kind of unravel there at the end?
Yeah, I don't know that the word is deflating. You know, our guys are really, competing at a high level. If you saw the game, you wouldn't think that it was, the score was what it was.
Yeah.
They kind of got away at the end. We played with the best of them. We've beaten, 3 or 4 teams that's at the top of our league. And so, and here's the crazy thing is, so is a lot of other teams. When you look at some guys who are, 4 or 5 wins, they beat some teams too. Georgia Tech, I'm glad the ACC tournament's not in Georgia, because Georgia Tech's beating everybody there. It's a weird thing. So, I'm not only speaking for, I know we're talking about I just lost a game, we just lost a game, but at the end of the day, I have a chance to reflect on what everybody has to do going into that last game. And obviously, we want to go into Pitt and, obviously play well and try to come out there with a win. And then our mindset has to be, you have to win the tournament. And like I told you guys, the unfortunate thing is that it's a bunch of guys that are sitting in our same situation, and that it shouldn't be that way, but that's the way it is.
Because the odds are kind of stacked against you, Kevin, talking about winning the whole ACC tournament, did you feel like tonight would have been something, you could have hung your hat on for the season, just for momentum-wise for the program?
I think it would have been, I don't think just momentum for the program. I think it would have been great to get, number one, you could check off a lot of boxes. It's a home game for your seniors. It's a quad one win. It's against a really good ranked team. I think there was a lot of opportunities there, and obviously we didn't take advantage of the opportunities.
You mentioned the defensive breakdowns. Was there any common theme you saw, especially in the second half?
No, we did some weird things. For example, Flip's been setting ball screens all night. We never gave him a pick and pop, and he didn't get any of those in the first half. And we went at him, DJ Burns, and got him in foul trouble. He was just playing an okay game. He would have had probably 6 points, and we had 2 where all of a sudden we blew the screen up, and now 2 guys are on the ball, and they just throw it back to him for a shot. And we talked about that at the end of, at the end of the game. I stood down and we talked for about 10, 15 minutes. I'm sorry to make you guys wait, but one of the things that we talked about is, like, at this point, you got to become mistake-free, because what happens is, as we get down the stretch, the more mistakes you make, your opportunity, you're going home. And that's what happened to us. We made some mistakes that we shouldn't have, and we will get back on Wednesday. We'll take off tomorrow. We'll address those and try to limit the mistakes that we made down the stretch. And those are not winning plays, and we got to figure out how to make winning plays the entire game, not 30 minutes of the game.
How much of an impact did Sean Stewart have? He seemed like he gave Duke a big boost on both ends.
He's let's see his numbers, because I got to go back and look at it. He was good. he had 4 offensive rebounds. I mean, that's an impact to me. I didn't know, but he's super athletic. He plays his role, understands it, does a good job. Hey, it's a good basketball team that we played, and they will make you pay for any mistakes that you make. And I thought they did us tonight, and I thought we did for the most part. They took 33 pointers and made 9. It's the only team that we played this year that I thought could beat you with paint touches and also behind the 3-point line. I thought we took away, you know, some of their drives and all that other stuff, but they beat us to every loose ball in the first half, and you know that was, and we were still in the game. And the thing it wasn't as effective late in the second. We did a better job, but there's just too many. It's a numbers game. If they're taking 12 more shots and we taking, it's a numbers game. You're not gonna be able to win when you have that situation.
What did you see from DJ Burns that was really able to shut Phil Pesky down?
You know, they don't, you know, Flip's a 4, and he probably, you know, that kid's probably gonna play in the NBA. That young man, I shouldn't say kid, and he's probably gonna have some opportunity to play some small forward. They don't have a legitimate post guy, you know, other than what's Ryan Young's name, Ryan Young. And so we knew that we could get advantage on it. The disadvantage is they were gonna put us in ball screens, so it's a chess match, and you know, hey, where he scores, and we're gonna bring him out and make him get in ball screens. And I thought we did a good job for most of that part of it. But he's just efficient. He didn't like the way that he played the last couple of games. He and I, after shoot around, had a conversation and talked about how can you stay on the floor. And I was like, will you stop just slapping down on every guard that drives? I mean, he's trying to rake every guard, and that's just not a good thing. And so the reason why he hasn't played well is because he couldn't be on the floor because he's fouled so much. And you know, we need him as an inside out threat because he can pass the ball and all that other stuff. They did a good job of taking away 2 of the guys who have played well, which was DJ Horn and also Jake Taylor. Jake Taylor had played well, and I didn't think he played particularly well this evening. Yeah.
Coach, obviously with this being the final home game and not the result you guys wanted, even with the effort that everyone gave, it felt like tonight. What's your coaching mindset in terms of getting these guys ready for obviously the final regular season game and the potential final stretch of the season?
Yeah, I'm locked in. I'm pumped because I take one game at a time, and you know, like we got 9 wins in the league, and there's a bunch of teams that got 9 and 10 wins, and we never take that for granted. We still have some opportunities in front of us, and if I thought that the league was so top heavy going into the ACC, my mindset would be a little bit different. But I don't think that there's anyone on our schedule that we can't beat. Now, the flip side is everybody can beat you too. And I know everybody's looking around the country and saying the ACC is like that, but I just think it's a lot of parity this year, and that you're going to have a bunch of teams with 9, 10, and 11, you know, 2 game separation up and down in this league. And, you know, we will prepare for a good Pitt team. When do Pitt play tomorrow, I'm assuming, because they didn't play tonight, and obviously get a chance to see them and get ready for those guys that finish the final game, and then everybody will lock in for the ACC tournament.
Thanks, Coach.
Thanks, guys.